Yo-yo tutorial time. Anyway, this should be fun. It's the same sort of theme as the previous video. I want to cover a mount that isn't in any of the basic tutorial series, but is pretty useful. I think you might like it. And sort of by the same token, it doesn't really have a very good name. So for convenience, we will call it the kink mount. I think I saw Mark Mangren in a YoYo News video refer to it as that, so that seems like a good name for it, also because it does have a kink in it. And what does it look like? So it looks like this. Okay, it's pretty easy to get into, it's pretty quick to get into. It's sort of, the idea is that you have this triangle wrapped around your thumbs, and you have the yo-yo trapezed over to the side. And one of the cool qualities about this, and the reason Mark Mangren was mentioning it in his YoYo News article, is that if you drop both of the thumbs at the same time, you're in a basic trapeze. And that's kind of a cool thing to be able to do, because often when you're yo-yoing, you're worrying about, well, what's your dismount going to be for a trick? With a mount like this, you have at least one sort of very easy dismount option, which is just to let go of it. So, get in there, let go. And now for sort of a step-by-step of how to get into it, the way that I'm getting into it is you're in this trapeze, you grab across, pull it there, and then you want to get this bottom string around the yo-yo. That might be a little difficult. You want to get it below and then pull it up the back. Might take you a little bit of practice, but it's not too bad. Now the yo-yo should be just dangling from the bottom of this sort of kinked knot configuration. Then you just swing it over to the non-throw end side to trapeze it. And that's not too bad. You might be wondering now, why would you want to learn this? A few reasons, just sort of off the top of my head, is that if you're trying to learn how to create tricks, it gives you a lot of options. So from this kink mount, there are a lot of different places that you can hop the yo-yo to. You can hop it across to this side, you can hop it to the back, you can hop it to either of those other sides of that triangle, you can hop it onto the knot, and then you have a very easy dismount. So if you're working on tricks and you want a lot of different options, you don't want to fuss around with the dismount too much, that's a good place to go. And from that same sort of idea, if you wanted to work on sort of more techie, sort of hoppy combos, this is also a pretty good place to go. Because, well, from there, you have all the different places to hop from. So if you were just like trying to work on your own combos, then let's just make up a combo right now, for example. So from here, let's go into a brother mount over here, go back to the normal one, then hop onto the back string, hop onto the throw hand side, and then trapeze, then dismount. You know? And so that's a cool trick that's very natural, it's easy to do, like there wasn't much worrying about that. I would still consider this to be a very sort of beginner, intermediate level sort of skill, but that's kind of a good way to do it. And if you watch a lot of the yo-yo videos, you will notice people like who are very techie like Zach Gormley kind of going to this mount sometimes in order to get some sort of, you might call it unnecessary tech, but I mean, if you like doing the hoppy stuff, it can be pretty fun and it can look pretty cool. And this is about having fun, so that's okay with that. In order to do that really well, you should probably already know your Eli hops. I can't do Eli hops very well, so you notice that all of my combos there were looking pretty bad, but that's just sort of, you know, all part of that. And another couple cool things about this mount is another way to get into it is you can sort of slack into it like that. And also, from here down at the bottom, this does give you some opportunities to get into a couple buckets. So if you put that arm around, you're in a bucket there, helps out the top, and from that same sort of place, if you bring the double one in, you're now in a bucket that's basically a wrist mount. I mean, there's sort of, that looks more like a canonical wrist mount, and you can get out of it the same as a wrist mount. So anyway, TLDR on this move is that you have the kink mount. It's good for your sort of basic techie combos. You can swing the yo-yo all over the place, and it's very easy to dismount out of. So anyway, hope you liked it. If you did, let me know. If you didn't, also let me know. That would help. And if you have ideas for future videos, let me know. I kind of previewed a couple of the later things I want to do there at the end of the video, so just a head up. I mean, I'm looking into trying to think of good scripts for wrist mounts, drop in the bucket, and green triangles. So anyway, if you liked it, thanks. And if you didn't, well, better luck next time.